Hey Gen Z Society!
I'm Ray.
I'm Anushka.
I'm Wally.
I'm Sean.
And this is
Gen Z Speaks. Oh my god.
Yes. That's it.
I disagree. I wouldn't say like we're the least religious, but I think we're the most religiously tolerant.
Oh my god, I don't think so at all, I think. No, I mean, okay. I think Gen Z tries to do what the boomers could never do, which is try to navigate this thing where they put their liberal thinking and their religion together, but they can never be together, right? It's impossible. How the fuck are you going to like be for gay marriage and then follow the Bible, man? Like,
That's true. But don't you think we have like a greater access to information? Like I can know about so many different religions nowadays, but like last time if you are indoctrinated or you really had to like listen to your parents as growing up.
oh, then you were fucked.
Yeah, it's different right now.
But I also think it's very subjective. Like, for example, I've grown up in a lot of different places. My family's Hindu, but I don't necessarily conform to anything. But I do still believe in God. But yeah,
Agnostic.
Agnostic, exactly.
How about rather than least religious, we're like the most open? Like that's something I would say.
That's
like,
what I was going to say.
Yeah.
We're the most open-minded, and whether that leads to you finding some type of religion that's most conducive to the life you want to live, maybe it does. Some people it doesn't. I think we are definitely the most tolerant. I think Singapore is extremely tolerant.
Yeah.
If we're keeping it to religion, I think Singapore is very tolerant. Everyone has their space, everyone can do what they want to do within reason. Obviously, we're not talking about a bunch of other stuff.
No, I disagree. I think there was that one case, Jonathan. This girl goes on with this ex-lesbian. She just talked shit about the gays and everyone, and there was massive backlash. Yes,
Was
but
there
was
a
also
specific
massive
reference to religion in that
She
instance?
made a lot
yeah,
of
she's Christian.
false. I think the issue is not because like
She said that there were 6 colors on the LGBT flag, and 666 was the number of the devil. Okay, and this is not some fringe group. She's a daughter of this
she's really educated
wealthy
as well.
CEO. Yeah,
But
she's
that's
at
just
Week in
one
Week.
case, you know?
Oh yeah, but how
But that
about
shows that we're not tolerant.
Yeah,
That shows
how
that we're
about
not
that
tolerant.
big outpour of support for her too?
There's
I mean,
support. I don't think
there
no
was
support.
absolute support from the
But
church.
was it from
Oh, so
people-
from the church,
What's
but not from the general
church?
public.
from other Christians, and then she ended up apologizing. So the church kind of they didn't feel too good about her, but the liberals still hate her.
Mhm.
I think she should have just said it with her chest. I hate the gays. She should have just said it, right? And then
Like nobody will hate you so much for hating something. It's just that her
now both sides don't
rationales
really
were
like her.
her rationale for hating or whatever she was making her assessment there was a lot inherently wrong, as in like
They
I
were
think
inherently
yeah.
wrong. Yeah, exactly. But if she said it with her chest, she just said it. There's absolutely no way to cancel her. Just no way. What can you do to somebody who just says?
I think people hate her because she made a lot of bad arguments. Like about
she's an idiot, no doubt.
Yeah, yeah.
She's an idiot.
I won't say that, but sure.
I
I'll be more
would.
political
I'll
about
say
it.
it. I'll say it. She's an idiot.
Okay, we'll take your word for it. True, but I think you can't really say in general that there's a lack of tolerance because, like, no matter you can take anything,
Mm.
there's always going to be one person, at least one person, going against it.
I think it was not so much a lack of tolerance towards religion or open-mindedness, it was a lack of tolerance towards stupidity. Like the argument. I feel like I found that ridiculous. I found that whole like incident quite stupid.
Yeah. But there's definitely a religious color to
Of
that.
course, yeah.
I think everyone can agree that they want to do the right thing. What is religion at the end of the day? It's
It's
just
just a way of life.
it's a way of living. It's some construct that's been devised to act as a moral compass, so to speak.
Okay, using the word construct would actually
I think it will trigger some people, especially
Correct.
creationists,
Mm.
people who believe everything's been created. But I feel like religion at its most core level is something we don't really understand, which is why as humans we try to devise systems to understand them. Like, sometimes it goes wrong. Look at Scientology. Look at Scientology.
Yeah, I know, but wait, how do you differentiate that? Why say Scientology is wrong when?
I think I'm not saying any religion in particular is wrong. I accept all religions. I'll come out
even
and say that.
Scientology,
Yes, I accept it for what it is. But having said that,
despite all the claims of abuse.
I'm about to finish up what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Having said that, I look at the evidence, I look at the real life implications, and yes, there's been some type of radicalization of Scientology and a lot of claims being made. So in that instance, yes, I say, yeah, I don't know about Scientology, but at its core, is it, in my opinion, like all religions, a construct, something that's been devised to act as a guide for people to subscribe to? Yes, I think they're similar.
Some are defined as constructs, some are not. In all cases, it's just a mode of thinking, which is what I would define it as.
And some of us have a subconscious mode of thinking anyway.
I don't think it's a mode of thinking. I think it was a community. I think back before institutions were created, religions acted as a community where people would go for support, you know?
People just need, one of the primary reasons why people turn to religion is because they need support and they need guidance on, like, how to live, you know? Some people are happy, I think, like, Gen Zs are just happy taking it day by day, doing what they want to do.
I
and
think
just
Gen
living
Zs
life.
like to find support in their peers and the people around them. They don't want to go to some type of collective congregation. They don't want to congregate somewhere. That's why...
They want to congregate where their parents congregate, right?
Yeah,
it's
and
not cool.
that's why I'll go on record and say as well, like, I do consider myself religious, but it's my own understanding of it, and I don't think, in my personal opinion, I need to go to church to be religious, and I don't go to church.
But the institutions, a lot of people don't trust that anymore, right? They're always wondering. I mean, even people second guessing mission trips, right? Are they doing this to in a way?
Is this a scam? Like, what's
is it
going
a
to
scam?
happen? Yeah.
Exactly, and
there's a lot of radicalized religion, so that's another thing that's dangerous.
Yeah, and religion to some extent
like
becomes
a
a
business.
show, becomes a business.
It's really hard to define what's a business and what's a religion at some of these
and
churches.
it's a very blurred line, and it gets really complicated when you see some of these religious entities becoming extremely lucrative.
It's not even like churches asking for money, like even Hindu temples,
Yeah, they
you
do.
pay to enter.
Yeah, a lot.
You pay. They're like, if you put like a shivling, which is like this thing for Lord Shiva, if you put money on there, like your wishes will come true. So like it's a big business, and I think there's just a huge divide between like people who are like true seekers of faith, who really want help, versus people who are like just taking like advantage of that and saying like, yes, this will happen if you follow religion. But the thing is, people need guidance, and that's why they're so vulnerable to being exploited.
That's why, and I agree, and that's why, again, I think I would advocate for, in a similar vein to some of the other topics, decentralization. I think religion needs to be a personal journey. You need to find what you want, and it needs to come from you. I don't personally believe in congregation coming together, because how do I know you?
But we all agree that education should be secular, right? Absolutely no religion involved when it comes to education.
But if it's not, you see, if we keep like religion with school, that's the danger that can be radicalized, or you can be in an echo chamber, where you're only with people around you with the same mode of thinking.
Yeah, and I've had, I'm not going to mention people, but I've had personal anecdotes where people have mentioned to me, I have friends who went to a very religious school. I didn't go to a religious school. I went to a school, in fact, that didn't even acknowledge religion. And I'm more religious than the people who were there every day getting taught about religion.
But Singaporean schools are still quite open. Even those with a religious background, I would still say they're quite open for the most part. But I feel like if you really don't draw the line properly, and it can be very echo chambery, you can actually get brainwashed, and I think that's where the danger comes in.
Absolutely.
In a sense, I think having had this conversation, we've answered the question. I think we are the least religious, because if we were very religious, we wouldn't even question these things. We just go, yeah.
We're the most open about it.
Yes, religion's great.
I think
we had this whole conversation.
No, I think we're
so tolerant. I think we've answered
yes.
the question. I think we're tolerant, and I think in a sense,
But definitely people are more ashamed of their religion now. Could you agree to that? Like, it's like,
I'm not ashamed of my religion.
I know you're not, but there are people who, they can sense a tension in a room where somebody does...
Yeah, you don't want to be... It is sometimes like, oh, I'm going to see this Bible kid.
Right,
I'm going to see the kid.
yeah, exactly.
Leviticus!
Leviticus!
I think this has shown we're very tolerant. We acknowledge all perspectives, and in a sense, I think we've answered the question.
Especially Singapore, and we're a pretty international group, so...
Yeah.
And I think in Singapore, there's just so many cultures anyway that you have to be tolerant.
If you're not tolerant, you're almost sort of the outsider at this point.
Thank you very much for watching Gen Z Speaks. Please watch out for the next episode.